she used to cry a lot. I
Grandpa
remember
Lee?
that.
The grandpa went, yeah.
So,
Well, Lee did go to World War I, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That's what she
Yeah.
started about.
Lee and Everett, and I don't know who else went.
Yeah, Dad used to talk about that he was marching in France, and the dead bodies would be on the side of the road, and they were marching at that time up to the front lines.
Gee.
But he said just about that time, that's when the armistice was signed. So he never actually got involved into the battle, but they were going heading. That would be a heck of a feeling, going toward the front lines, and then,
Oh, I know.
hey, you don't have to go. The war's over. Thanks. Thank you, Lord.
I know.
yeah, Frenchman, I guess, stopped him, and he didn't know how to tell him, but he says, he was telling me, just making the sign that they had
like
signed the armistice
that
already, yeah.
Had been signed.
So they were all real happy. But they were just about there, though.
One of my brothers went to that war, enlisted. I remember when he came back, I guess it was in 1919, and the folks weren't expecting him because the depot was about 4 miles from our home, and he walked up there along the river. It was a river, and kind of got to us by surprise. We were all outside doing something. It was in June, and here he walked up to us. We thought he was a fisherman. There used to be a lot of fishermen come along the river,
Yeah.
We saw
And
him
you
every-
weren't expecting him?
No, we
Oh.
knew that he was, he'd come back, but we didn't know just where he was going to be coming from or what day he was going to come home.
We knew a long, long time ago, but when I really, but one day,
We're talking about meeting
The
Lee Lalo.
galaxy, far,
but
far
one day
away.
he went over there to the house, We still live in Waverly yet, and I was telling him, and him and Adelaide went, and Adelaide and Adelaide asked me if we had any saddle horses, and I said, yeah, we have a couple of saddle horses, and she said, well, why don't we go horseback riding? And I told the boys to saddle a couple of horses, so they did, and we went riding. And she was all tickled about driving. She couldn't even. The horse started going a little fast, and she started giggling. I thought she was going to fall off the horse. And we went a ways, and then we came back, and it was time to make supper. And I helped my mother. My mother likes to make supper, and we ate supper. And when we left, he told me, he says, a person comes to see you, he says, and you horseback, go have her horseback riding. And I said, well, you was talking to me. I said, you was visiting my dad. And he stayed that way. And I don't remember the rest. You have to put it, I have to.
I mean, he used to pretend to come over and see your dad instead of you? I mean, he really came and see you, but he said he was seeing your dad.
Yeah, but he was, they were visiting, because Dad used to like him. Dad used to like him, and they were real good friends.
Well, how much older is Grandpa older than you?
Than me?
14 years or
14
something, yeah.
15 years, I thought.
14.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Well, he would have been 100 on his last birthday.
Gee.
How long did you guys go out before he kissed you for the first
then
time?
I never thought that way. And then I started looking at it before he told me that he would see me and I go away horseback riding. And I was looking at him and I said, gee, he's handsome. He was had all kinds of books, reading about the books, talking about the books. And so I says, well, he's a good looking man. And I didn't think that way. I never, see, he had a girlfriend.
Oh, he had a girlfriend.
Sarah Sanchez was his girlfriend.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had gone together about 3 or 4 years. And
Sarah.
and I never said anything about it.
How old were you when you started?
But we started going when I was 18. I was old already.
He was 32.
Yeah.
Older man, Grandma.
Yeah, he was 14 years older than I was.
Well, when did you guys first kiss?
Oh, you guys, that's the darndest question.
I don't remember that. One day I went, yes, went with them because I used to go with the girls and I were real good friends. And I went with them over to the house.
Yeah.
And then he took me to a corner there and he started talking to me and
You mean
Cornered
she's gonna
you?
tell us?
cornered me.
But did you like it? You must have.
I was just thinking about it. I didn't expect
How
that.
can you get
But
cornered
he
in
had
a
a girlfriend.
Oh, you still had his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, well he went with her for a long time. And
So you kissed him while he still had his
after
girlfriend.
we were engaged, she was going with her once in a while. Sometimes she used to go out with her.
When you guys were engaged?
Meow.
Not really. And one time, he used to live there. He used to stay with us at Trailby because he was working there. Remember, Ben? He used to work at the road. They were fixing the road, the highway there in North Collie, South Collie. And he used to stay there with us. And one time, and you know, Martha, his sister, had a boyfriend, and we used to live across the road. He's a German boy. And she was out there by the lake, just, you know, by Trilby, south of Trilby. And I was out there with her. It was a little late. It must have been about 9 o'clock. And then I told Martha, I said, I'm going home. I said, if you're not ready to go, I said, I'll be going home. And so she says, okay. And then there was a German boy there with him, and she said, I'll walk with you. So he walked with me a ways. And then I told him, you better go back from here. I said, because my mother will be expecting me. I knew she was. When I got there, the boys with my mother, I got into the door and I took off my shoes, you know, I was going to work real quiet. And boy, my mother was mad. Yeah, she was angry. And the boys there were keeping her quiet, I guess. I don't know what they were doing, taking care of her. And then finally she came, and then finally Lee came in at that time. And then she started telling him about, and I told her, what are you telling him for? I said, he was out there with Sarah too. And Lee just laughed, you know how he used to laugh, he used to smile. And so they would start talking, so I went in my room. So I don't know what they said, what else was said, I don't know. But they were helping my mother, they were keeping her quiet, I guess. I don't know what they were doing. So I don't know what happened from there on. So then tell your dad, he says, over there at Homestead. He says, go ahead and go. I says, it's not that late, you can go. And, you know, well, she didn't have no reason, because I came in early enough. She had no reason to be so angry. And I was with my sister-in-law and the boys who was the head reminds her, and then they were
But she wasn't your
kids.
sister-in-law yet.
What?
She wasn't your sister-in-law yet.
No, she wasn't. But we always together, though. She was real
At
nice.
that time, she was still a
Sister
troublemaker.
and I were always together. I had my sister and
Oh, really? You're good friends with Grandpa's sisters?
huh?
You're really good friends with Grandpa's sisters?
Oh yeah, we were friends for a long, long time. We used to run around together all the time.
Wow, and then you ended up with their brother.
So I did. No, he wasn't
Your
on his own.
They probably knew each other from southern part of the state.
Can you what say?
Maybe that was a planned marriage.
I
Yeah,
said-
Dad, he says,
Between
Grandpa Nestor and your dad
We're
were
good friends.
good friends
Oh,
because
yeah.
they
Oh,
knew
yeah.
each other before they came
Yeah, and my
over on the
mother-
covered wagon.
And Lee's mother were good friends too. But
Now, Aunt Doloritas and and Grandma Chavez, Dad's mother, they were sisters, weren't they?
Who and Jolita?
No, I'm Jody.
No, Dolorita Sanchez.
Oh yeah.
They were sisters.
So then Sarah was related? Oh, she did.
So that's the reason why the Borellas and us are first cousins, and the Aragons and us are first cousins. Martin and us, we are first cousins, and Manuel and us are first cousins. And I asked Manuel one time, no, not Manuel, but Frank, and he started to tell me, and I said, no, I said, you don't know anything about it. So I started telling him why we were. Since they are Aragons and they are Borellas, we were related. And
Yes.